The 1987 United Kingdom 1 penny coin is a small but significant piece of modern British numismatic history, encapsulating the design evolution, monetary policy, and cultural symbolism of late 20th century Britain under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Struck by the Royal Mint, the coin was part of the decimalised system introduced in 1971, replacing the pre-decimal currency that had existed for centuries. By 1987, the decimal penny had firmly established itself as an everyday denomination, widely used in commerce, public transport, vending machines, and daily transactions across the UK. The coin's obverse features the effigy of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, created by sculptor Raphael David Makhlouf. This was the third definitive portrait used on British coinage during her reign, introduced in 1985 and lasting until 1997. Makhlouf's portrayal is notably regal and highly detailed, showing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, which is adorned with diamonds, pearls, crosses, and floral emblems representing the nations of the United Kingdom: the rose for England, the thistle for Scotland, the shamrock for Ireland, and the leek for Wales. The inscription encircling the Queen reads Elizabeth to D. G. Reg. F. D. 1987, which is abbreviated Latin for Elizabeth II Dei Gratio, Regina Fidei Defensor, translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This title reflects the monarch's constitutional role and ceremonial status as head of state and head of the Church of England. Turning to the reverse, the 1987 1 penny features the classic design by Christopher Ironside, who was commissioned for the original decimal series. The central design displays a stylized rendition of the portcullis, a heavy gate used in medieval castles, which has long been associated with the Palace of Westminster and British parliamentary government. The portcullis design also includes chains and a crown, emphasizing Britain's rich history of constitutional monarchy and governance. Below the portcullis appears the word 1 penny in uppercase letters, while the denomination 1 is positioned directly underneath, making it clear for both domestic users and international visitors. The coin's reverse design reflects a balance of tradition and modern simplicity, suitable for a currency designed for mass daily usage. The coin was struck in bronze, a composition of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, which was used for 1 penny coins from 1971 until September 1992, after which the Royal Mint transitioned to copper-plated steel due to rising metal costs. The 1987 penny has a diameter of 20.32 millimeters, a thickness of 1.52 millimeters, and a weight of 3.56 grams, with a smooth plain edge. Its distinctive reddish-brown hue when uncirculated was prone to darkening with age and circulation, often developing a chocolate or even near-black tone due to oxidation of the copper content. Millions of these coins were struck in 1987 for circulation, reflecting Britain's high demand for low-denomination coins during a period of steady economic activity under Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's government. Numismatically, the 1987 1 penny is relatively common in circulated condition, though pristine uncirculated examples, proof strikes, and brilliant uncirculated sets carry more collector interest. Proof versions of the coin were struck for collector sets by the Royal Mint, typically featuring mirror-like fields and frosted devices, showcasing the high artistry of Makhlouf and Ironside's designs in stunning clarity. The coin also serves as a time capsule of 1980s Britain, an era defined by economic liberalization, cultural shifts, the tail end of the Cold War, and Britain's evolving role in both the European economic community and global affairs. For many British citizens and collectors worldwide, coins like the 1987 1 penny evoke nostalgia for pocket change from a formative decade. Despite its small face value, the 1987 1 penny holds enduring interest in numismatic circles, especially among collectors who specialize in decimal British coinage or Queen Elizabeth II portraits. The Makhlouf portrait remains admired for its dignified, almost timeless representation of the monarch in mid-reign. Over time, such coins become windows into the socio-political environment, artistic trends, and everyday life of their period. Today, While millions still exist in circulation or collections, particularly well-preserved examples or sealed proof coins are increasingly valued as mementos of an era now part of living history, especially since the passing of Queen Elizabeth II in 2022, marking the end of one of the longest reigns in British history. The 1987 one-penny coin, therefore, stands not only as legal tender but as a humble yet elegant testament to British tradition, design excellence, and numismatic legacy. The 1993 one-penny coin of the United Kingdom, featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, represents a small yet significant piece of numismatic and historical interest. Although it is a low-denomination coin, its design, historical background, production process, and place in the British economy provide a rich story that reflects the monarchy, the royal mint's craftsmanship, and the UK's monetary system in the early 1990s. The obverse side of the 1993 one-penny features the well-known and dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, who was at that time in the 41st year of her reign, having ascended to the throne in 1952. The specific portrait used for the 1993 one-penny was designed by Raphael Makloff, whose effigy of the Queen was first introduced in 1985 and remained in use until 1997. This depiction shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a crown encrusted with diamonds and pearls traditionally worn by the Queen for the state opening of Parliament. The portrait displays a high level of detail, capturing the monarch's maturity, grace, and authority, symbolizing the continuity of the British monarchy through the late 20th century. Surrounding her portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II, D. G. Reg. F. D. 1993, which stands for Elizabeth II Dei Gratio, Regina Fidei Defensatrix, Latin for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This traditional inscription links the modern coinage to its ancient historical and religious roots, reflecting the monarch's dual role as head of state and head of the Church of England. Turning to the reverse side, the coin features the classic reverse design created by Christopher Ironside, which was first introduced when decimalization occurred in 1971. It depicts a crown portcullis, with chains, a design strongly associated with the Palace of Westminster and symbolizing the British Parliament and government. The portcullis, originally a defensive gate in medieval fortifications, signifies strength, stability, and continuity. The crown surmounting the portcullis emphasizes the authority of the monarchy within the constitutional framework of the United Kingdom. Around the top rim of the coin appears the denomination, written simply as one penny. This simple yet elegant design reflects the British tradition of combining functionality with symbolism. The 1993 one-penny coin was part of the British decimal coinage system, which was introduced in 1971 to replace the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence. By 1993, decimalization was well established, and the coinage was widely accepted and familiar to the British public. The Royal Mint, based in Llantrisant, South Wales, struck millions of these coins in 1993. The 1p coin, though small in value, played a significant role in everyday commerce, used for small transactions, change, vending machines, and public transport. In terms of specifications, the 1993 one-penny is composed of bronze, consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. This composition had been in use since decimalization. The coin weighs 3.56 grams, has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.5 millimeters. The edge is plain, lacking any reading or inscription. The bronze composition gave the coin its distinctive reddish-brown color when freshly minted, which would slowly darken over time due to oxidation and circulation wear. The early 1990s were a time of economic and social change in the United Kingdom. The country was emerging from the recession of the early 1990s, dealing with high unemployment and evolving industrial and financial sectors. Despite these challenges, the British economy was beginning to stabilize by 1993. Inflation was relatively low, and interest rates were starting to fall, which helped to stimulate growth. In this context, the one-penny coin remained an essential part of daily life, though already some economists and policymakers were beginning to question the long-term viability of low-denomination coins like the 1p, due to rising production costs and declining purchasing power. On the international stage, 1993 saw Britain continuing to navigate its role within the European community, which would become the European Union. The Maastricht Treaty had come into effect that year, and debates over European integration were prominent. Domestically, Queen Elizabeth II continued her duties with great commitment, representing stability and continuity during times of political debate and change. From a numismatic perspective, the 1993 one penny is not particularly rare, as millions were minted for circulation. However, uncirculated examples, proof sets, or coins in mint condition can be of interest to collectors, especially as part of full decimal penny collections. Proof versions struck in 1993 were included in annual proof sets offered by the Royal Mint to collectors, and these versions display a highly polished finish with frosted designs, highlighting the craftsmanship involved in their production. The Royal Mint's minting process for the 1993 one penny involved high-precision machinery and quality control. Blanks were carefully prepared and cleaned. Dies were engraved with extraordinary precision, and striking presses delivered uniform, high-quality coins suitable for mass circulation. For proof coins, the dies were specially polished, and the blanks were handled with great care to prevent blemishes, ensuring the highest level of detail and finish. The cultural significance of the one penny coin extends beyond its monetary function. It features prominently in British expressions and traditions, such as a penny for your thoughts, or look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. Even today, despite discussions about potentially withdrawing the 1p coin due to its low value in modern times, it remains in circulation and holds sentimental value for many Britons. Furthermore, the coin's design history reflects the work of two prominent artists, Raphael Maklov, who created the regal and serene portrait of the Queen, and Christopher Ironside, whose portcullis design carried forward the tradition of British heraldic imagery in modern coinage. Their combined artistry helped to ensure that even the smallest coins carried dignity, national identity, and historical continuity. In the global numismatic community, the 1993 one penny occupies a place as part of the larger story of British coinage under Queen Elizabeth II. Collectors who specialize in decimal coinage, or who seek to assemble complete date runs of the one penny, include the 1993 issue as part of their sets. While it holds minimal intrinsic value, the coin serves as a physical link to the daily life, economy, and governance of early 1990s Britain. Over the years, many of these coins have circulated extensively, resulting in various levels of wear and patina. Some coins may show heavy circulation wear, while others may retain much of their original luster if they were quickly taken out of circulation or preserved in collections. The bronze alloy allows for attractive toning in some cases, adding to the coin's aesthetic interest. In conclusion, the 1993 one penny coin of the United Kingdom, featuring Queen Elizabeth II and the portcullis reverse, encapsulates much more than its face value suggests. It tells a story of royal continuity, national tradition, meticulous minting practices, and the daily life of millions of Britons during the 1990s. It stands as a small but enduring artifact of numismatic art, reflecting both the enduring reign of Elizabeth II and the craftsmanship of the Royal Mint. The 1999 one penny coin of the United Kingdom, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, stands as a part of the long-running British decimal coinage system that had been in place since 1971. This particular coin, struck in the final year of the 20th century, reflects both the stability and the subtle evolution of British coinage during the latter part of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Its design, metal composition, mintage figures, historical context, and numismatic significance combine to make it an interesting piece for collectors and historians alike. Starting with its obverse front design, the 1999 one penny coin features the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by the sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. Introduced in 1998, this portrait replaced the earlier Raphael Maklov portrait that had been used since 1985. Rank Broadley's design is notable for its more realistic and mature depiction of the Queen, capturing her at the age of 71. Unlike previous portraits that often softened features, Rank Broadley emphasized the natural aging process with visible lines and greater depth, presenting a dignified and contemporary image of the monarch. On her head, the Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, a piece of jewelry often worn in earlier coin portraits as well. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth to DG Reg, FD 1999, an abbreviated Latin legend translating to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription continues a tradition of royal titulature used on British coinage for centuries. Turning to the reverse back design, the coin features the image of a crowned portcullis with chains, which has long been a symbol of the Palace of Westminster, and more broadly of the British Parliament. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, had been in use since decimalisation in 1971. The portcullis represents the power and authority of Parliament and the monarchy working together within the constitutional framework of the United Kingdom. The denomination 1 penny is inscribed around the central design, clearly indicating its value. In terms of physical specifications, the 1999 1 penny coin maintains the standard size and composition adopted in earlier years. Its diameter is 20.3 millimeters, with a thickness of approximately 1.5 millimeters. The coin weighs 3.56 grams. Importantly, the composition of the coin in 1999 had shifted from its earlier bronze alloy used between 1971 and 1990 to copper-plated steel, which was introduced starting in September 1992. The change in composition was a response to rising copper prices, making the previous alloy too costly for continued mass production. The new copper-plated steel core not only reduced costs but also gave the coin a ferromagnetic quality, allowing for easier sorting and detection in vending machines and banking systems. The edge of the coin remains plain, without any reading or inscription. From a historical context, the year 1999 was significant both globally and domestically for the United Kingdom. The nation was nearing the end of the 20th century, preparing for the new millennium amid rapid technological advancements and cultural shifts. Tony Blair was Prime Minister, leading the Labour government during a period marked by economic growth and significant constitutional changes, including devolution for Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The Royal Mint, located in Llantrisant, South Wales, was responsible for producing the coin, as it had been since 1968. The 1999 1 penny thus serves as a small but tangible artifact from this transformative era. In terms of mintage, the Royal Mint struck approximately 464,800,000 1 penny coins for circulation in 1999, ensuring the denomination remained widely available for everyday use. This high mintage reflects the coin's essential role in commerce and daily transactions. At the time, though by the late 1990s, the penny's purchasing power had declined significantly due to inflation. Despite its low face value, the coin was still vital for pricing accuracy and remained an indispensable part of the UK's monetary system. From a numismatic perspective, the 1999 1 penny is generally common due to its high mintage and widespread circulation. As such, most circulated examples hold minimal value above face unless they are in uncirculated or proof condition. Proof and brilliant, uncirculated BU versions were also produced for collectors, often as part of annual Royal Mint coin sets. These examples, struck with polished dies and special care, showcase exceptional detail, particularly in the intricate features of the Queen's portrait and the fine lines of the portcullis design. Occasionally, collectors may seek out error coins or minor die variations from 1999, such as off-center strikes, misaligned dies, or planchet flaws, which can carry a premium depending on rarity and demand. Additionally, since the copper-plated steel coins are magnetic, collectors sometimes enjoy testing their coins' ferromagnetic properties as a quick way to verify post-1992 issues. The 1999 1 penny also fits into the broader narrative of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, during which her portrait appeared on more coins than any other British monarch in history. The transition from the third to fourth definitive portrait in 1998 adds extra historical interest to the 1999 issue, as it was still relatively new in circulation and marked a more modern image of the Queen as she entered the final years of the 20th century. Regarding its current value, as of today, circulated 1999 1 penny coins typically hold only face value 1p. Given their large mintage and durability, uncirculated or proof specimens may range in value from a few pounds up to £5, £10 depending on condition and packaging, though truly exceptional examples such as those graded by professional services can fetch higher prices among specialized collectors. From a cultural standpoint, the 1 penny coin also serves as a reminder of Britain's enduring traditions even amid change. The continued use of Latin inscriptions, heraldic symbols, and royal imagery reflects the nation's respect for continuity while adapting to modern times. Despite increasing debates in later years about phasing out low-denomination coins due to production costs and limited purchasing power, the penny remained a familiar part of British life in 1999. The 2000-to-1 penny coin from the United Kingdom, featuring Queen Elizabeth II, is part of a long-standing British coinage tradition that reflects centuries of monetary evolution, design heritage, and the subtle changes that occur with each new minting year. The 1 penny coin of 2002 belongs to the decimal coinage system, which was introduced in 1971 when the UK shifted from the pre-decimal system to decimal currency. The transition simplified the system. Instead of 240 pence making a pound, 100 pence would now make £1. The 2000-to-1 penny is thus part of this decimalized system and has been circulating for decades as a small, but symbolically important, unit of British currency. The obverse front side of the 2000 penny features the right-facing portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in 1998 and used until 2015, is the fourth major portrait of the Queen used on UK coinage. Rank Broadley's effigy is notable for its realism and for depicting the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland diamond tiara, one of her most iconic pieces of jewellery. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions, Elizabeth, to DG Reg, FD 2002. This is an abbreviated Latin legend. Elizabeth II Dei Gratio, Regina Fidei Defensor, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The inclusion of these Latin phrases reflects the historical and constitutional importance of the monarchy in British governance and religious affairs, a tradition that extends back centuries. The reverse backside of the coin features the classic portcullis design, an enduring symbol associated with British Parliament. The portcullis is a heavy, spiked gate often used in medieval castles, symbolizing protection and strength. On British coinage, it represents the authority and security of the nation's currency and governance. This design was originally created by Christopher Ironside, who won the competition to design the reverses of the decimal coinage introduced in 1971. Above the portcullis are the words 1 penny, clearly indicating the denomination. The simplicity and clarity of the design make it easily recognizable to the public, while its symbolic roots tie it deeply to British heritage. The coin's physical specifications are also notable. It is composed of copper-plated steel, a change implemented in 1992 to replace the earlier bronze composition due to the rising cost of copper. This 2002 version retains the coppery appearance, but is attracted to magnets due to its steel core. The coin weighs 3.56 grams, measures 20.3 millimeters in diameter, and has a smooth edge with no milling or reading. The durability and low cost of production allow the coin to circulate widely for many years, often remaining in circulation for decades. In the broader historical context, the year 2002 itself was significant for Queen Elizabeth II, as it marked her Golden Jubilee, celebrating 50 years on the throne since her accession in 1952. While the 2000-to-1 penny was not issued as a special Jubilee coin, its circulation during this momentous royal year adds a layer of historical resonance for collectors. The Royal Mint did issue commemorative coins in other denominations for the Jubilee, but the humble penny remained part of the regular issue. From a numismatic perspective, the 2000-to-1 penny is widely available and not considered rare, as millions were minted for everyday circulation. Its value today remains close to its face value unless found in uncirculated proof or mint sets, where pristine examples might attract modest premiums among collectors who specialize in date sets or error coins. Some collectors may also seek out examples with minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double dice, or clip plankets, which occasionally slip through the Royal Mint's quality control processes. Such errors can command higher values depending on their severity and rarity. The broader appeal of collecting coins like the 2000-to-1 penny lies not in their monetary worth but in their representation of national history, design artistry, and royal continuity. Every coin reflects a specific time and cultural backdrop, serving as a small, everyday artifact from an era. For those interested in British numismatics, the 2000 penny is a part of the longer series that spans Queen Elizabeth II's remarkably long reign, which is especially poignant now following her passing in 2022. In conclusion, the 2002 Elizabeth II penny coin is a small but historically rich piece of British coinage. Its design carries centuries of symbolic weight, from the medieval portcullis to the Latin inscriptions proclaiming royal and divine authority. While common and still frequently found in circulation, each coin is a tangible connection to the year of the Queen's Golden Jubilee, the long-standing British monarchy, and the evolution of UK coinage in the modern era. Collectors and historians alike see value not just in the metal, but in the story. Each coin tells a story of continuity, change, and national identity, all encapsulated in a 3.56-gram copper-plated disc.